Don't see any Palestinians over here because it's a little bit an old map. And what happened, it's a road that the settlers are not allowed to drive their cars over there, but they did it on purpose for a couple of months, and they provoked the Palestinians, and then the Palestinians started to throw stones at the settlers' cars, and the IDF closed that part as well for Palestinians to protect the settlers. So this is how the settlers, they are working. They are going to places they are not supposed to be. There's aggression from the Palestinian side, and the IDF closed it for Palestinians. Okay? The Shuhada Street was closed in 1994, only about a half of it. It was fully closed in 2001. From 1994 to 2001, the IDF continued to close another part of it, and another part of it, and another market, and another market, until it closed the whole street. Okay, so we are on the Shuhada Street. Behind us, you can see it, we'll see it in a minute, it's the largest settlement in Hebron, Avraham Avinu settlement. In front of us, we can see up there, you can see the outpost at the top of the hill. See the outpost with the big menorah? So this outpost is H1. Okay, H2, the border of H2, it's basically this cemetery. Okay? So over there is H1. By the Oslo Accords, we are not supposed to be there in H1. No military presence at all, and there is a military base. You know why? To protect the 850 settlers here in Hebron, we need 650 soldiers on a daily basis. And on weekends, by the way, that number goes up to 1,000 soldiers to protect settlers on Friday and Saturday. And to do that, you don't only close the main street of Hebron, but you control the city of Hebron. You have another post up there, in the other side, also in H1, where Israel signed an international accord that says we are not going to even enter with a jeep into H1. Okay? But this outpost is 12 years old. And the menorah over there, it's about 3 years or 2 years, I think. Okay, if you say from security reasons I need to control the city of Hebron, why do you need to build the menorah over there? Okay, and let's talk a little bit about Hebron in the Second Intifada. So as I told you, Hebron was the most dangerous place to be in Israel in the Second Intifada. From October 2000 up to December 2004, 21 Israelis were killed here in Hebron. It was the most dangerous place to be an Israeli. In March of 2001, a young settler's baby, shall have it past 10 months old, from here the settlement of Avraham Avinu, was murdered by a Palestinian sniper from the neighborhood of Busnena that fired at her. Where we sit now, Gadi and Dina Lev, you can see their photos over there, were catching a ride over here, and a Palestinian suicide bomber just crossed the fence and ran over here to them. The soldier from the post over there shouted, "Stop," and he exploded on them and killed them both. And a lot more different stories. But since December 2003, no Israeli was killed here in Hebron. Up to September 2013. For 10 years, no Israeli was killed over here in Hebron. For 10 years, this was the most quiet place in the West Bank. So the IDF that closed the Shuhada Street as a means of protection, right, because of the Palestinian aggression and terror, should have been opening the Shuhada Street, right? But in those 10 years, the Shuhada Street was even closed a little bit more. And we have more settlers that move into Hebron. When we ask the army why the Shuhada Street is closed since 1994 till today, they tell us from security reasons. So first of all, whose security? It's the security of Israeli citizens that live in Tel Aviv, or in Kiryat Shmona, or in Jerusalem, or in Be'er Sheva. No. The security of the settlers that live over here. And why the settlers are living over here? Because of the tomb of the patriarch, right? So it's a religious religious settlement. And I'm not a general or a big tactician, but if I was a bad man that wanted to kill other people, and by the way, I did that for 3 years of my life, this little fence over here, that won't stop me if I want to kill Israelis, okay? And we would see on other parts of the Shuhada Street, you don't have, this is a fence of the cemetery. You don't have a fence, you have nothing. If Palestinians are crossing the road, they will get arrested. If I'm a terrorist, I can just go on this fence to lean and to shoot at you. Or to cross between H1 and H2 very, very, very easily. Okay? So it's not really security. It's political reasons. Because the settlement over here in Hebron, it's a very powerful one. Orit Struk, as I told you, is a parliament member. And we have other parliament members that are living over here in Hebron. And they are really powerful because all of the heads of the organization of the settlers are living over here in the settlement in Hebron. So they say we are settling houses in Hebron because of the importance of the tomb of the patriarch, but the street continue to close when it's peaceful from political reasons, because it's a huge political power. As I told you, the Jewish house, that the settlers party, it's the third largest party in the Knesset. And the last thing, I think that in a democracy, like we imagine that we have over here in Israel, not here, the green line, should be boundaries, should be red lines that we say, okay, security, okay, but we need to draw a line somewhere. So if we as a society say, okay, we accept that for 850 settlers to live over here, thousands and thousands of Palestinians will leave their house, will close the main street and the main market of the old southern part of the West Bank, and we will take their houses and we will first curfew and we'll do patrols and we'll do checkpoints and everything just for 850 settlers to live over here. If as a society we say it's okay, we don't have a problem with it. But the problem is that the Israeli society doesn't say anything about the settlement over here in Hebron or about settlements at all, by the way.